When someone finds themselves in the hospital and in need of plasma, we tend to be very thankful for a supply of uncontaminated blood to help us out. But where does that come from? And how does the process work? Joining me now to discuss this is Brenna Scott, the Business Development Manager with the Canadian Blood Services Blood Plasma Donor Center here in Lethbridge. Welcome to Bridge City News, Brenna. I'm so interested to hear all about everything that you have to say, and I understand that the Lethbridge Blood Plasma Donor Center is the first of its kind in Western Canada, just opening up at the end of 2020.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you so much for having me. We actually just opened our doors on December 22nd, 2020.
Okay, so why was Lethbridge chosen to be the location of this first clinic like this? That's huge.
Absolutely. We're so proud that this is the first center here in Alberta, with our second one being in Sudbury. One of the reasons that Lethbridge was selected is we have a fantastic donor base. We saw that with our whole blood center, and we have seen a lot of those donors generously come over to our plasma center, and that has been absolutely wonderful.
Awesome. Now, can you explain why this is so important and what blood plasma actually is? How does it differ from regular blood that someone might want to donate?
Absolutely. So one of the reasons that it is so important is right now the need in Canada is about 4 times greater than what we're currently collecting for plasma. That's why Lethbridge was selected as one of 3 sites in Canada to open a plasma-only center. So what plasma actually is, it's a straw-colored kind of protein-rich liquid in your blood that helps other blood components circulate throughout our bodies and helps our immune system.
Okay. All right. So can you share how it's used to help patients?
Absolutely. So the collection process, very similar to whole blood. It's still just the one needle in your arm. You are in the donation chair probably about an extra 20 minutes than you would be in whole blood. And then your blood comes out and it spins in a centrifuge machine beside the donor, which then takes the plasma out of it and your red blood cells and platelets to you. This plasma is then used, it goes through a process called fractionation, and it's used to make specialized medicines for people with cancer, severe burns, liver disease, kidney disease, and a wide range of other kind of life-threatening conditions, and really helps people with their quality of life as well.
Okay. So is there a process that it has to go through in order to be administered to patients?
Absolutely. So there, once our plasma is collected, it's sent to one of our fractionation sites where it's kind of made into these specialized medicine. It is usually takes about a 9-month process to be made into the specialized medicines to then be given to donors, or sorry, to patients in the hospital.
Okay, that's a long process. I had no idea. So 9 months.
Yeah, about 9 months, and it is can be quite the process, but so rewarding in the end. Our patients are so thankful for having sites like these.
Yeah. So what types of patients might need plasma as opposed to blood?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So patients with liver disease, kidney disease, cancer, even some people with severe types of burns can use plasma as well.
So Brenna, does plasma also have different types, just like blood types?
It doesn't. It's not same in that way. So anyone can donate, regardless of your blood type. If you're eligible, you would be able to donate plasma.
Okay. Are there certain people or patients who maybe are not able to donate plasma? Are there certain restrictions?
There are, yes. So similar to whole blood, if you've donated whole blood, you are likely to have be able to donate plasma, but you don't have to have donated whole blood in the past to donate plasma. Other ones of our restrictions are you have to be at least 110 pounds, be in generally good health, and at least 17 years of age. We also encourage donors, if they have specific eligibility questions, to call our 188 to donate to ask about their certain questions before they come in.
Okay. Now, how often can a person donate?
They can donate a lot more frequently. So men actually can donate every 7 days and females every 14 days.
Okay. And then is there a shelf life for this plasma? How long can donated plasma be stored? I know you talked about a 9-month process, but once it's processed, what about then?
It does have a longer shelf life than whole blood would because it can be frozen.
Oh, I had no idea. That's so interesting. Now, how have the residents of Southern Alberta responded to the new Plasma Donor Center?
We are so thankful that they have been amazing since we've opened. We felt really strong support since day one, and we've seen that continue, and we're very thankful for that.
That's awesome. Maybe tell us about the new center. So you used to be Canadian Blood Services in the Lethbridge Center, right, in Melcor Center, but you're not there anymore and you've changed your name. Maybe talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. We're at a brand new center here. So we're at 3735 Mayor McGrath Drive South. We're in the same parking lot as HomeSense and Marshalls, and we're very proud of the new building. It's beautiful. It has lots of natural light. Donors can see it from the street. We have free parking, and we do encourage you to come in and check it out and see what plasma is all about.
Yeah. Now, how many people can donate at the same time? Is it a larger facility than your old one was?
We do have 12 donation beds. We're slowly increasing how many donors each day as the staff get more comfortable and we get refine our process more. So it is a little bit bigger as well.
Okay. So how many of us actually donate plasma? What percentage of the population?
I don't know the exact percentage of the population. I will say that we have been booked strong since we have opened, which is we are very encouraged to see. But we
Okay.
are always encouraging new donors to come in as well. I know that a lot of people haven't heard of plasma, aren't familiar with the process yet, and they can look at our website at blood.ca to see a video of the actual process if they're a little bit nervous before they come in.
Right. I would imagine it's pretty much the same thing as donating blood, right? The same, you're sitting there, you got the needle in. You said it takes about 20 minutes or so?
It takes about 20 minutes longer than whole blood, so
Oh, I
about
see.
40 minutes on the actual donation bed. The one thing that donors will notice that are a little different is the machine beside them actually collecting the plasma. It spins very quickly in a centrifuge. It collects the plasma in the front of the machine, which you'll see as a nice yellow color. And then your red blood cells, your platelets are returned to you.
Okay. Why was the decision made to make the Canadian Blood Services? Why the change? Why was that decision made?
We saw that there was a growing need for plasma in Canada, and we do foresee that continuing to grow. So that's why the decision was made to open these three proof of concept plasma sites here in Canada, with our other two being Sudbury and Kelowna, and really try to help that need for our Canadian patients.
Okay, interesting. So how many units of plasma are needed throughout the whole country, would you say?
Throughout the whole country, right now we're taking about 63 donors a day, and we're open 4 days a week. So you can see that we are collecting a large number of units, as well as in our Sudbury site and hopefully our Kelowna site soon when they open. So right now the need is really high.
What might stop people from donating? Are people maybe scared of needles?
That definitely is one. There's kind of a wide variety of reasons why people might not donate. Sometimes it's just because no one has asked them or they just weren't aware that they can donate plasma. We have had a few donors in here that do have a fear of needles, but they do want to give back and support Canada's Lifeline. So they come in and overcome that fear of needles. And I will say our staff are excellent at helping donors feel relaxed and calm and answer any questions you might have before, during, or after your donation.
Okay. Now, if somebody wanted to, if there was a viewer that wanted to donate plasma today for the first time, what can they expect? Maybe walk us through the donation process.
Absolutely. So when a donor comes into the center, they will first hit our wellness screening point. They will have their hemoglobin checked, they'll have their temperature checked, and will be given a mask. Then they'll be taken into our screening room where they will do a variety of questions, just making sure that they are eligible to donate. The staff will then take them onto our donation bed, which does look very similar as it would in whole blood. They're on the bed donating about 40 minutes, and then we have you wait there for about 5 minutes after your donation just to make sure that you're feeling okay. And then you're sent on your way, and know that you helped save a life.
That's such a good feeling too, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, now I know there's some technical parts to plasma. So can you maybe share how immunoglobulin is used to care for patients?
Yeah, so immunoglobulin is one of our plasma protein products that is used for patients that have immune deficiency, and they really rely on plasma donations to help with their health condition.
So Brenna, people may ask, how safe is our plasma today? Does each and every donation actually go through some sort of a screening test?
Absolutely. So pre-screening for eligibility actually starts even before the donor is able to donate. They are given a list of questions regarding their eligibility status that they do have to answer prior to being on the donation bed. And then afterwards, We do take samples from everyone that donates, and they are tested for infectious diseases. So all these samples are sent to one of our labs to make sure that everything is the safest and the top quality.
Okay. Brenna, I'm actually curious about antigens. So I've been told that in the US, if someone donates blood, they can have their blood checked to see if they possibly have the COVID antigen. So I have friends there who have been able to find out that they actually carry the antigen just because they donated blood. So is there anything happening like that here that you know of?
I know that we were doing some tests in Calgary with certain ones of our locations for people that had recovered from COVID, but I can't say that I can speak well on that. But I know that Canadian Blood Services as a whole was helping to be involved in that.
Okay, I found that very interesting. Now, let's talk about volunteers for a couple of minutes here. So, how are you doing for volunteers here in Lethbridge? Is there a need in that department?
We have had an absolutely amazing volunteer base since we've opened. We had a lot of volunteers come over from our whole blood site, and then we also had a lot of new volunteers as well, a lot of post-secondary students, and they are such an important part of our center. They make the donors feel really special and welcome and really supported in the process. But we're always encouraging people, if they are interested in volunteering, to go on blood.ca, because we'd love to have you help out in the center as well.
Okay, and then same thing if there's any viewers that want to donate plasma, they can go to that same website as well?
Absolutely. They can go to blood.ca, or they can call 188 to donate, or they can book on the Give Blood app as well.
Awesome. Are there any COVID restrictions that they should be aware of?
Absolutely. So right now we are appointment only for COVID, just so we can regulate how many people are in the center at any given time. And then we do have a wellness checkpoint that anyone entering the center has to complete before being in the center, as well as enhanced screening measures in the center, enhanced cleaning, and making sure that all of our donors are appropriately distanced in the donor bed area as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today, Brenna. This has been so informative to find out about such a fantastic facility right here in Lethbridge. We really appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.